Chapter 3. Maxwell Knightley. No, Emma. You have to stop setting people up. I hold back a growl. Emma is always butting into people's lives. Relax, will you? It's not like I force them or anything. I take the last box out to the car. Somehow, I got persuaded into helping Emma's roommate move out. It's not so bad though. Between me, Noah, Brett, and the two girls, it was all quick and easy. The only issue had been to fit Anne-Marie's desk into the truck Brett had borrowed. Promise you'll make it to the wedding, Anne-Marie says with tears in her eyes as she hugs Emma. I will. You won't be able to keep me away. Emma seems genuinely upset at losing her friend. How did we get roped into this? Noah complains and rolls his shoulder. I told you, you need to work out consistently. Then your shoulder wouldn't get sore from carrying a woman's purse. Hey, that purse was heavy, he says and scowls at me. Thanks for the help, you guys. Anne-Marie waves at us as she gets into the car. Not a problem, Noah says and waves back. Once she and Brett are driving away, he turns to me. What's the point in helping someone who's about to get married? It's not like she's going to cheat on the guy that just proposed. Why are we even here? Because Emma asked us, I say coolly. Right, and you can't say no when she asks. I shrug. Emma comes up to us, wiping at her eyes. I was so sure Anne-Marie and Edwin would hit it off. Why do you care about that guy anyway? Noah asks. As far as I remember, he was a nobody. Still is. He's a friend, she says defensively. She doesn't care, I say. She just thinks she's a matchmaker now. Well, are Julian and Jenna happy together or not? Her eyes pin me down and she places her hands on her hips. You got lucky. And they probably would have found each other without you. Not this again, Noah says and starts walking away. I'm going upstairs. You two can fight it out. I did not get lucky. Emma's eyes are fiery. I knew exactly what I was doing when I brought them together. And I know I can do it again. Really? I raise an eyebrow at her. Emma is my best friend's sister. I grew up in the house next door to them. Noah and I spent most of our time together. Occasionally, Emma would tag along when we were kids. As we got older, she got her own friends, and when Noah and I moved away to uni, I barely saw her for an entire year. Then last year she showed up here, determined to make her life her own, separate from her older brothers. But she still calls him when she needs help. This time, I just happened to get dragged into the favor as well. I'll prove it to you. In fact, I bet you $1. You want to bet me $1 you can set someone up? I look down at her. She's not short, but with her 5'7", I still tower over her at 6'4". Her blonde hair is pulled back into a messy knot, and she's wearing jeans and a hoodie. Her blue eyes glitter with mischief as she smiles up at me. A whole $1? Yes, I bet you $1 I can find someone for Edwin. You were just saying how you were going to set him up with Anne-Marie. She shrugs. It's not like there's only one person out there for everyone. You can find love in all sorts of places. Well, if that's the case, then your job just became a lot easier. You don't think there's more than one person out there for you? No. There's one love, one soulmate. If you're really lucky, maybe you get a second chance. She blinks up at me for a moment. Then she shakes her head. And are you trying to find her by sleeping with every woman on campus? That's different. That's not love. You don't have to love someone to have a good time with them. She makes a slight movement with her head as if she agrees. The thought of Emma sleeping around with guys on campus has me seeing red for a moment. I still feel bad for them, she says, and I shake away the thought of Emma with another man. Why? I promise you, they have a good time. Yeah, but they have to sleep with you. She wrinkles her nose at me, before turning to go after Noah. Besides, she continues in the elevator, what if they want something more? What if they think you're the one, and then you just toss them aside? I always tell them what's up. They know not to expect anything. Huh. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Not a thing. The elevator arrives on her floor, and she hurries into the apartment where Noah is standing in the kitchenette, eating leftovers straight from the fridge. Hey, thanks for helping, she says and gives him a hug. He hugs her back with one hand while holding a piece of chicken in the other. Sure. Are you going to stay here alone now? I guess. I don't have many options. Everyone already has a place to stay, and you know there are no singles anywhere near campus. Can you afford it? He asks and polishes off the rest of the chicken. I think so. Barely. Do you need money? She shakes her head and I let out a breath. I'm good. I find my jacket and put it back on. You want to join us for pizza? She grimaces. I have a paper to write. On nutrition. Something you guys know absolutely nothing about. Hey, Noah sounds indignant. I eat healthy. Oh please. You wouldn't know nutrition if it bit you in the ass. That's not how that works, Noah says. And if you think nutrition is about the ass, you need to study. She reaches over to the sofa and grabs a pillow. Noah is already booking it for the door. Later, he shouts as the pillow hits the wall. I hesitate. Hey, thanks for helping, Knightley. Sure. The apartment suddenly seems so empty, and part of me doesn't want to leave her there. You sure you'll be okay? She hates being alone. Maybe you should call Jenna. Have a girls' night? I'm good. Now go, I have to figure out who to set up Edwin with so I can win the bet. Right. A whole $1. I roll my eyes and smile as I shut the door behind me.
Chapter 4. Emma. So now I have this enormous apartment all to myself, I say as Hannah and I are walking to class. I sip the dregs of my coffee. It's already too cold to be enjoyable. I unloaded all the wedding drama on Hannah, and she listened while sipping her own coffee. It doesn't sound too bad. Hannah is still reserved around me, but I can feel her slowly opening up. It's not. It's a good apartment. But I've never lived alone before. Hey, I turn to her so suddenly she almost jumps. What if you move in with me? Her face goes pale. I don't think so. It sounds like it would be way too expensive for me. Besides, I have a place, and I don't think I can get out of the lease. Right. I sigh and return my attention to the path ahead. I've been alone for less than a week, and I'm already over it. I wouldn't mind otherwise, Hannah hurriedly adds when she sees my disappointed face. I'd save a lot of time if I didn't have to take the bus every day. I just have to be very careful about how I spend my money. I get it. I thought I'd like living by myself. Turns out I don't. I shrug. Oh, there's Knightley. I give a little wave as he spots me. He's with a man I don't know. The other man looks in our direction and says something to Knightley. They change directions and come towards us. Oh God, Hannah says and takes a step back as if she wants to hide behind me. What's wrong? It's him, she whispers frantically. Who? Knightley. Blue. We go to the same gym. You go to the gym? Why are they coming over here? There is panic in her voice. Relax, it's just Knightley. I studied the other man. Despite the cool weather, he's only wearing a t-shirt, showing off a full-sleeve tattoo that extends up his muscular arm and onto his neck. I can see why Hannah doesn't want to hang out with this guy. Despite the book bag he has slung over his shoulder, I would not trust him to use a calculator for me. Hey Knightley, I say as they get closer. Prowling campus for your next victim? He grins. I could ask the same of you. I furrow my brow. At least my victims know it's just a night. Yours get signed on for life. He raises an eyebrow. How are Jenna and Julian? I ask and cock my head a little. Still insanely happy and in love. Touché. He gestures to the man next to him. This is Blue. Nice to meet you, Blue says in a dark, gravelly voice. I give him a nod. Hey, Hannah. Blue is studying her intently. Hannah is, as far as I can tell, trying to will herself into her coffee cup. Hi. Did you have time to look at the program I suggested? Hannah seems to resign to the conversation. I did. I think I might try it. A smile spreads on Blue's face. Good. So, Knightley says slowly. Where are you off to? Class. I blurt. It's a gathering of students trying to learn things. You should try going to one sometime. Maybe I should. He smirks. I grab Hannah's arm. See you around. I pull her with me. Bye, Hannah gets out as we hurry away. What was that about a program? I ask when we're out of earshot. Oh, Blue put together a workout routine for me. I think he works part-time as a personal trainer. I'm surprised he can read. He doesn't look like it. You don't like him? Hannah asks weakly as I throw away my empty cup. I've never seen the appeal of tattoos, and he can't even hide them if he wants to look presentable. It was all over his hands and his neck. He's a good guy. When I was new to the gym, he helped me out a few times. As I open the door to the building, I take a look at her and a thought strikes me. There are more appropriate men out there. Knightley seems nice. Have you two known each other long? I shrug. He's my brother's friend. We kind of grew up together. So he's not your boyfriend? I laugh. Don't be ridiculous. Even if I had a boyfriend, it would not be Knightley. First of all, Maxwell Knightley does not do relationships. At all. Second, love is not for me. Why not? There's a crowd entering the classroom, so we hang back waiting for it to clear. Because I've seen what love can do. And I have no desire to put myself through that. But what if you fall in love? I've already decided I won't. I'm happy for others who find it, and I love setting people up, but I will never fall in love. Hannah looks at me for a while. But what if you can't control it? I glance over at her as we move. You can. And I will. That looks like a serious discussion. Edwin smiles at us and gestures for us to go through the door first. Well, it can't all be fun and games, I say and gesture to the organic chemistry book I'm carrying. Did you get the problems done? He asks. Except for the last one. Did you solve that? In all honesty, I had been too tired to focus on the last of the problems after Hannah left. She helped me figure out the first 8 problems, then she had to get home, so I was left with number 9 and 10 on my own. I spent an hour staring at number 9 before jotting down some notes. But the last one made little sense to me. Of course. Would you like to have a look at it? Sure. We take our seats, and Edwin digs through his bag looking for the right piece of paper. When he finds it, I stare at the scribbles. Oh, you keep that. I have it all on my computer anyway, he says as he moves away. As he leaves, I glance over at Hannah. Her eyes are following him to his seat. He's pretty cute, don't you think? I say with a smile. Her eyes snap back to me and her cheeks color. I wasn't. I mean. Relax, I say as the teacher enters. I'm not going after him. Like I said, I don't do love. You are free to look as much as you want. Hannah blushes as the class starts, but I notice her peeking in his direction several times, and just like that I know how I'm going to win my bet.